Hey guys, I'm Ben from Pump Cards, and today we're going to talk about the Fusion Link Festival and what else but Salamangreat. I wanted to show you my Salamangreat deck. So we got 3 Veiler, 1 Salamangreat of Fire, that's similar to my normal deck list, 1 Meowmine, 3 Ash Blossom, 1 Ghost Bell, 1 Foxy, 3 Gazelle, 2 Spinny, 1 Weasel, 3 Code of Soul, 3 Debug, 1 Jaguar, 3 Phantasmi for the Link monsters, 2 Nibiru, 2 Silent Mining, 1 Sanctuary, 1 Will, 3 Circle, 1 Charge, 3 Impermanence and 1 Raw. That's it for the main deck. And you may ask, why do I play those weird ratios? So I play 3 Code of Soul because you cannot search it with the Horse Prince. So the only way to search the Code of Soul is pretty much by either hard drawing it with the Lady Debug or the Silent Mining. And you, in this deck, you pretty much want to have a 2-card combo of Lady Debug in Code of Soul, Lady Debug and Salamangreat of Gazelle, Salamangreat of Gazelle and Code of Soul. So any 2-card combo, even Spinny and Code of Soul can have a 2-card combo together, because it's not that easy to get to your combo pieces. So the only thing you can reliably search is the Weasel with the Cyber's Wicked, and that's why you want to play as many extenders to get to the Wicked. So we play the Meowmine, we play the 3 Code of Soul, we play Spinny and Jaguar, we play Phantasmi, which it's not really an extender, but if you activate it, you got 1 more body on the field, and that can help you to get into your Promethean Princess. And yeah, so that's it for the main deck. Pretty much that's the only weird thing, that we play 3 Code of Soul. I thought about playing more of the Salamangreat of Fire, but if you go for this and you didn't draw Gazelle, you pretty much have to get the Gazelle with this, and then you cannot get into your Weasel. That's why I only play 1 of this, because this can be a good combo if you already got the Code of Soul and you got the Weasel, but most of the time this isn't the best combo. So that's why we play the Lady Debug instead, because the Debug, even if you draw like Debug and Spinny, it's still a good combo, and you don't actually need the Code of Soul all of the time. But I do think that this is the best way, because you pretty much want to have the Code of Soul every time. So yeah, then for the extra deck we got 2 Bailings. You could run 3 and maybe cut the Nightmare Phoenix. We got the Wicked, we got Sunlight Wolf 2, 1 Hita and 1 Dark. I have the Dark in here because we got the Meowmine as a Dark, we got the Wicked. Okay, you don't need the Wicked because it's already linked to, but you also got the Phantasmites, which are Dark, and that's basically the reason why you got the Dark in here. Then we got 1 Promethean Princess. You could also run 2 of this, but I don't think someone will play Kashira, so I think 1 is fine right now. Then we got 2 of the Pyro Phoenix, 1 Zelantis. This is really strong because actually you don't lock yourself into fires anymore, except when you normal summon the Salamangreat of Fire. So this is actually really strong and can help you OTK your opponent every time you got the Raging Phoenix on your board, and you got the Raging Phoenix almost every time after the first round. So you can just go into your main phase and then summon this and use its effect, and then you can trigger your Promethean Princess in grave. So if you are going first and your opponent doesn't kill you, then you can just go into the OTK line, and then you probably win. So I really like this. The only downside is that you are lacking, you pretty much have to often send the Jaguar with the Gazelle, because it gives you recursion, and Spinny isn't really good, a good extender if you know that you cannot go into the rank 3. But this is an extender on its own if you draw it in your hand, because you cannot special summon the Jaguar if you don't have it in your graveyard already, and the Spinny you can get into your graveyard by its own effect. So yeah, I think at 2 it's pretty fine. You could maybe cut this to 2 and maybe play the Foul, I guess. Yeah, it's called Foul. Maybe you can even run it like this. Yeah, probably like this. Then you got 1 more extender and you don't have conflicting extenders. So yeah, that's pretty much the deck list. Okay, so the first combo I'm going to show you will be with Lady Debug and with Gazelle, or with the Code of Soul. So you're going to first normal summon the Lady Debug, and then you will search your missing piece. This will give you a Code of Soul. Then you're going to link into Bailings. And with the Banelings, you can then search your field spell. The fields will then stay in hand for a moment, and then you're going to special summon Code of Soul. Code of Soul will then activate its effect, and then you will just link into Cyber's Wicked. And this will trigger your Gazelle. Yes. Now, because you summoned Gazelle into a zone Cyber's Wicked points to, you can just special summon the... you can activate the Cyber's Wicked, banishing the Lady Debug, and then trigger Gazelle. Gazelle will now send away the Jaguar, not the Spinny, because the Spinny isn't the best right now, because this can also recycle and you cannot get to this in other ways, so yeah. And the Cyber's Wicked will then search for the Weasel. Now at this point you will just link those two away for your Promethean Princess. And Promethean Princess can then special summon back anything, it doesn't really matter. I will just go for Gazelle now, and then you can special summon the Weasel. You could have waited for the special summon to look if they have Nip, but right now I'm just going to go into Raging Phoenix. And then I will just use the second effect of Code of Soul to relink summon the Raging Phoenix. And this will trigger the Raging Phoenix then. I will not activate the Weasel yet, because I want to do it a little bit later in this turn. I will get the counter trap, and then I will just go for the effect of Jaguar. Jaguar will put back the Raging Phoenix, so we still have some resource in the extra deck, and then we will just go for Sunlight Wolf. Then at this point we are going to trigger Weasel finally and special summon not the Raging Phoenix, but we will special summon the Banelings onto our opponent's field, because if we special summon the Raging Phoenix, then we will not be able to trigger its effect, because we don't have another one in the graveyard when we destroy it, because it has to be in the graveyard when the card is destroyed. And now we can also chain block the Promethean Princess, and this will give us back follow up in Gazelle. Then we're going to destroy both and special summon, and then also the Raging Phoenix will trigger. This will target the Jaguar. And now what you can do is you can go into your Pyro Phoenix with those two into the zone Sunlight Wolf points to, because if you then activate the Code of Soul to resummon Pyro Phoenix, then you can chain block it with the Sunlight Wolf, and this way your opponent cannot negate the effect. Now you have to activate the Sanctuary because of the Reeling Summon effect in your opponent's turn. Then you set the Roar, and then you've got an add back with the Sunlight Wolf. You've got Pyro Phoenix. You've got the counter trap. What you shouldn't forget is that you have the second effect of Pyro Phoenix, which says if a link monster is special summoned to your opponent's field, you can target one of those and inflict damage to your opponent equal to that monster's original attack. So if your opponent summons anything, you can burn them a little bit before you go for the extra link summon. So this is just always good to know, because some people don't know the second effect of this card. And yeah, so that way we end up on 1, 2, 3 interruptions, and we got the summon back of Raging Phoenix, and we got the protection of Banelings, and also we got the follow-up in Gazelle, and we can add back another fire monster on your opponent's turn. Okay, so the second combo I'm going to show you will be with Code of Soul and Salamangreat Gazelle only. So in this instance we're going to activate the circle, and this will add us Gazelle. Of course you would summon the Lady Debug in this case, but I will just show you the combo when you don't have this. So you're going to normal summon Gazelle. Gazelle will then dump the, I guess in this case it's going to be Jaguar as well, and then we will just go for Balings. Balings will then search the field spell, and now you immediately activate the field spell and then going to reeling summon the Balings. You do this because then you get an extra body in your graveyard you can put back with the Jaguar. You will just activate Jaguar then, put back the Balings, and then you got 2 link bodies, and you will immediately go into another Balings, and this will then go into Cyber's Wicked. With the Cyber's Wicked and the Code of Soul, you can trigger its ability to search for your Weasel. This will banish the spare Balings, get Weasel, and now you will just keep the Weasel in hand for as long as possible. So your opponent will maybe nip you before if he doesn't know the deck, but of course I wouldn't nip there. Then you will summon anything back. And then I think did I miss the Code of Soul effect? I don't know. No, I missed the Code of Soul effect. Wow, okay. Then let's reroll. Okay, so now we're at the same point as before. We're going to banish the Balings and add the Weasel. And now we're going to activate the effect of Code of Soul. We should not forget this. And then we're just going to link away those 2 to get into your Promethean Princess. And then we'll activate the Promethean Princess to get back anything, doesn't really matter. You will just hold the Weasel for as long as possible. And then you will go into, no, we will actually go for the Weasel right now because we don't have a Balings left in our extra deck. So that's why we're going to link those 2 away. For the Raging Phoenix, now we will not use the Weasel, but we will go into another Raging Phoenix. And then we're going to trigger Chainlink 1 Raging Phoenix and Chainlink 2 Weasel. Weasel will then target anything but the Raging Phoenix, but you should probably go for Balings because if your opponent plays Salamangreat as well, which isn't that likely but can happen, he will be able to trigger it and then he gets a free plus. Okay, so we're going to special summon it, draw a card, and then we're going to search for Salamangreat Roar. Now at this point we will trigger our Promethean Princess, and then we will special summon the Promethean Princess, and then in the graveyard our Raging Phoenix will trigger. And now at this point you can just go into your Pyro Phoenix, and that way you have a similar board, but of course you cannot chain block right now, but you still have almost the same as before, and you still have 3 cards in hand. 4 cards obviously, because I set the circle in the beginning so it doesn't ask me all the time. And you still have your Balings, your Princess, and your Raging Phoenix, and your Code of Soul to resummon the Pyro Phoenix. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed the video. This is how you play Salamangreat without the Horse Prince and without the miragestallio. So I hope you enjoyed the video and have a nice day.